channel. For today's video, we are going to be doing a trial makeup, get ready with me, things I want to try out for my wedding. So it's just kind of a montage of things I know I like, but I just want to see how they photograph, how they wear throughout the day, and just kind of going with that, kind of testing things out. Not for sure what I want to do for my wedding day makeup, but it's super fun to try all these products and see how they work together. So I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and keep on watching if you're interested. All right, so I think I'm gonna do my eyes first. So like I said in the intro, this isn't like a trial, but it's me just kind of testing out products that I like love and I think I would want to use. So I already did my brows, and I used a brown eyeshadow from the Milani Bold Obsessions palette, and then I used the e.l.f. brow pencil in brunette just to fill them in, and I will go in with like a brow setting gel once I'm done with everything. So I'm gonna go into the e.l.f. Camo Concealer and prime my eyes. So I think for my wedding day, I will want to use a like specific eyeshadow primer. And I do have one in my collection right now. It's the Essence one. I just don't feel like it cancels out like any discoloration like a concealer would. So I just need to find one I like. I know a lot of people love, like I think the top two ones are probably the MAC Paint Pot or the Primer Potion from, is it Urban? Yeah, Urban Decay. So I'll have to try out. I have a feeling like based off just like what I've liked in the past, I'll like the Primer Potion because I don't really like how thick the MAC Paint Pot is. But we'll just have to see. So there's that all set. I'm going to go in and put some, not that big, Scotch tape down. Just so we have a really nice line for everything to fall under. This is going to bother my eye. So I apologize for my hair. I feel like most beauty YouTubers and YouTubers in general will do their hair and then do their makeup, but I never get ready that way. Unless like it's a weird circumstance. I typically always will do my makeup and then my hair. So yeah. All right. I'm going to go into two different eyeshadow palettes for this look. So the look I'm going to try and create today is just like a classic bridal look. And I don't know if I want to do this. I just want to see how it looks, and me and my friends are going out to dinner tonight, and I know we'll take pictures, so then I'll be able to see like how it would look in pictures too. Okay, so I'm using the Milani Bold Obsessions and then the Morphe 35G Bronze Gold palette for this. So I'm going to go into this white here and just set everything I just placed down. So there's that. We are gonna go in, so most bridal looks are very neutral with light and highlight in the center. So that's kind of what I'm gonna try and go for today. It's gonna be so hard for me to decide what I wanna do for my wedding day, just because I love makeup so much that it's like, I don't know what I'm gonna wanna do, and it's so fun for me to try and decide, but it's kind of tricky. So I'm gonna go first into a really light brown in the Morphe 35G and put this into my transition crease area. And I'm going into the Luxie 249. This is the dual-ended brush. putting that into the crease. Another thing that'll be good for me to do is when Jake and I get our engagement photos, to kind of see like how I liked my makeup in those pictures, and then I can kind of adjust from there. So I probably will do something super similar to what I want to do on my wedding day, or like what I think I will want to do for the engagement pictures, and then go from there. Just because the professional pictures, it's going to be the same exact photographer, and it'll be similar lighting. It'll be a little darker, just because the engagement pictures are going to be done like during sunset time around like 7 in the fall, and then we get married in the fall at 5. So the sun will be pretty similar, so like the lighting will be pretty similar, so I think it'll be a good like trial run. And then like probably when I get my hair done for a trial, I'll do like the exact same thing, and then I'll be very set and very sure, because I'm a pretty decisive person in general. Like once I'm set on something, I know I'll go with it. But with makeup and hair, that's not when I'm decisive, because I like so many different things. Okay, so there's that transition shade, super pretty. I'm going to go into a smaller brush. This is from the Kylie Peach palette, and it's just like a very, very small blending brush. And I'm going to go into the Milani palette now, and you can probably find a palette that has all these shades, but I don't have like the perfect palette that would. So I'm going to go into this like burnt orange brownie shade and put this just like a little bit lower in the crease area and just really carve out that like outer portion of it. And that's why this tape is so helpful when you're doing your makeup, is it just creates like such a nice line of where to bring your eyeshadows. And then if you're going to do a wing, which that's another thing I'm indecisive about, because I'm not very good at wings, but I don't do them often. So maybe if I practice them a little more, it might be better. But also like sometimes I'll do a wing and it'll be like perfect, or I'll do a wing and it'll be so messy and I'll like have to completely redo my makeup. So I just don't want to be stressed when I'm doing my makeup. I just want to enjoy it. So that's why I'm kind of like I would be timid to do one on my wedding day. And then I'm like, well, I could just have like maybe like the hairstylist do my wing and me do everything else, because they would be fine. I'm going to go into another brown transition shade in the Morphe 35G and just put this lower in that crease area, and I'm just building up a bunch of browns. This is a little bit more warm than most brides would go for, but this is just like a neutral look and kind of what I have. I think I'm going to pull out one more palette. I'm going to take the Tarteist Pro, which I need to get a new one of these. Mine's like completely destroyed. And I'm going to go into Innocent, which is like a salmony color, and kind of put this up higher in my crease area. I'm going to go into, I should have probably stuck with this in the beginning. I'm going to go into Profesh and Fierce, and these are both like taupey shades. So this will kind of cool it up, cool the look up. So just mix those two on the same Kylie brush. Kind of just put this lower. There we go. Now it's getting a little bit more bridal. See, do you see how different, like, just that little bit of coolness adds to it? It's so funny to me that I, like, really do like cool tones on myself and on other people, but most of the time in the makeup world, people stick to warm tones, but not in the bridal world, which is so bizarre. It's like every other day people will wear warm tones besides during the biggest day of their life. One of the biggest days. All right. And then just kind of carve that. And then I'm going to take that brush and just blend everything. Sorry if you can hear the washer in the background, it's so loud. All right. I'm going to build that up one more time, and then I'm going to go into like the darker shade. Perfect. Okay. How are we looking? They look pretty even. Woohoo! Okay. Have some coffee. The next thing I'm going to do is build up the dark color on the outside, and I'm going to go into like a small packing brush. This is the Elizabeth Mott All Over Shadow, and it's just like a flat brush like this. And I'm going to go into Vamp, which is like a very, very dark taupey purple color, and just pack this really, really close to the tape. And I will go into like a brown on top of this just to kind of warm it up, but we want to keep this pretty cool. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to take my little brush and kind of blend this in just a hair. Maybe I'll take this brush. Okay. Just so we're not like super duper harsh. There we go. Okay, so there's that. Yeah, I'm going to go into the brown. I'm going to go into the Milani Bold Obsessions and take the dark brown in this palette. And this is the shadow I used to do my eyebrows as well. And I'm just going to put like just a little pinch of this really, really close to the tape. And then diffuse it. Like that. Okay, so for the all over lid shade, I feel like this is just such a bridal shade right there. It's like the perfect amount of champagne and glitter, not being too intense. So first I'm going to go in and just apply it with a brush, and then we'll put setting spray on it and intensify it a bit. See, so pretty. All right, so just like setting that down, kind of blend these two outer parts together, and then go into it again. And if you want this to be like crazy, crazy intense sparkles, you can take that concealer that we used to prime the lids and then put that down where you want the shadow and then apply it, and it would do kind of a similar thing that the spray would do. So I'm using the Catrice Prime and Fine Multi-Talent Fixing Spray, very similar to the MAC Fix Plus. I'm going to find a different brush. Super duper pretty. Super duper. I say it all the time. Okay, so like I mentioned, I'm not positive I want to do a wing, but I think we're going to try it today and see how it looks. Yeah, I don't know. Do we want to? Okay, we'll just try it. All right, so when I did a wing last weekend and it actually turned out decent, I used the, let me find it, the Maybelline, like, little guy. It was like a sample size. Where are you? Here it is. Okay. Sorry. Everything's fine. All right. It was the Maybelline Master Precise All Day. And I think I'm going to keep my tape on while, actually no, let's take it off. And then we can wipe off the rest later. All right. Wish me luck. Here we go. I don't know why I've been doing not that bad. I mean, I'm happy about it, but it's like, what on earth? Okay, let's not get cocky. Okay. That was easy enough. I think maybe if I stress myself out too much, maybe that's when it goes wrong. All right, let's wipe away the excess. I have a makeup remover wipe right here. Whoops. Are they even? They're close enough for me. I will take what I can get. I think I just need to like drag this one just a hair more like the other one and we'll be good. It might be a little lower, but we're practicing and honestly, you can't notice, only like I notice, I feel like. All right. Wipe off the face. And I'm going to do mascara. I'm not going to do false lashes today because for my wedding, I plan on having lash extensions like the week of the wedding for the rehearsal dinner and everything like that, just to make it easier on myself. Because false lashes stress me out. And those are, like, with wings, I'm a little bit more consistent. But those, like, just irritate my eyes. And, yeah, we're just going to make my life easier. Get some lash extensions for the rehearsal dinner, for the week of fun activities. And just take that stress out. It's already going to be, like, I mean, I know it's, like, so much fun. But everyone says it's, like, a very stressful week, like, just leading up to it. So I'm just going to take that away. So I just went in with the Essence primer, like a lash primer. This is the e.l.f. Lengthening Mascara. I actually really like this mascara, and it's like $2. And it has like the smallest wand, but I find it really easy to get all of my lashes nice and coated. Uh-oh. I think, yeah, it's just concealer. Okay, and then I'm going to go into one other mascara, and this is the Essence Lash Princess False Lash Effect. I really like how this makeup is turning out. I just think it's very typical, you know? Like, I don't know. We'll have to see. Like, I love it, and it's so timeless and classic, but I feel like I don't think I might go with this. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. To prime my face, I'm going to go into, like, my favorite primers and do that first. So I'm going to go into the Dewy Primer from Wet n Wild. This is just like such a gorgeous primer. And I'm just going to put a little bit of this on my big face. Just provides, oh my gosh, it's so pretty. It just provides like such a nice, pretty subtle glow. Okay, and then I'm gonna go in my like sweaty area and take the L'Oreal Magic Perfecting Base. I love this. It's pretty thick, but it just works so well at smoothing and clearing your skin, and it just helps it look perfecting. Helps it look close and perfect and pretty. Okay, there's that. I'm gonna let this sink in for a little bit, and we'll just chat for a little bit. So this is so much fun to film, just thinking about it. Okay, anyways, so I think for foundation, I don't know. So I just ran out of my Hourglass stick, the Vanish Stick foundation, which is like one of my favorites, and I always, like, not to brag, but I always look like very flawless with it, and it just looks like a little dewy, but not too dewy. It's so pretty. And so I think I will mix that one with a mattifying foundation. I don't know which one yet, but I do really like the Maybelline, Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Full Coverage Foundation. I do really like how this one photographs. Like every picture that I've taken that I've had this on, I really like how it looks. So I think today what I'm going to test out, just to kind of give like a trial and see how like a dewy one would mix with this, I'm going to mix the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Fresh Wear, because this is a little bit more glowy, with this one, and we'll see how it works. Okay, so I'm going to go into my sponge and make a little cocktail on the back of my hand. All right. Okay. I might need to apply a little bit more, so I'm just going to apply some to my face real quick and then mix. Oh my gosh, it's so ready. And then I'm going to blend everything out with this guy. So for a while now, I had been wanting to try out like a beauty blender, the brand name beauty blender. See what the hype is about, see if it's worth it. And I have to say it is. Like, why are they $20? I don't know. I bought the really cute yellow one that's already dying, but like I bought it when it was like they were donating to the organizations for individuals who are LGBTQ, and they were like all the rainbow colors, and so I bought one during that, so I felt like better about spending $20, but like I don't know why they're $20, but they're so good. I don't know what it is. It's like pointy enough, but it's so much softer than any other one I have. Like, I really like the Sonia Kashuk one, but I still feel like this is softer. And I'm so mad. That's the sucky thing about like more expensive products. It's like, okay, most of the time they're not worth that much, and they're like overpriced just because of whatever brand it might be. But I don't think that's the case with this one, which is so annoying. Okay, so I'm just applying a little bit more of the Makeup Revolution. Then just blending it down. and then just really pressing it into the skin. All right. I do really like how it looks already, I can tell. And this did give, like, you can tell a little bit of glow from the primer and from that the L'Oreal one. Okay, so for concealer, I'm going to go into the e.l.f. one that I used to prime. So I think for concealer on the day of, I will be using the Maybelline Fit Me. I just always love how that looks. And I don't need like a crazy amount of coverage personally. So I will probably be going with that one. But mine's almost out right now, so I'm just going to use this one. And I really like this one. It's just a little too full coverage for me that I don't need. And I'd rather go like fuller coverage on a foundation. But it's a great one if you have like really dark under eyes or you do really want that coverage. And it's very comparable to the Tarte Shape Tape, I would say. Alright, so then I'm just going to blend all of this in. We're looking good. Like a little pale right now, but that's normal. So I'm going to go in and cream contour. I'm going to use the L'Oreal Infallible Longwear Shaping Stick. So this is like the same thing, but the stick. And just slightly cream contour. And for this, I like to use a like foundation buffing brush. This is the Real Techniques buffing brush. I didn't even know that. With this foundation stick, and actually a lot of cream contours, be very careful that you don't over apply because, as you can see, it's pretty intense. And just kind of like slightly blend this little area. I'm going to put a couple more like dots just on this side because that had a little bit more pigment. And what like applying cream products on top, or sorry, under powder products does is it just really like locks in the product. Because the powder will soak into the cream product and it'll just like promote what? It'll just like help keep the makeup on longer. It'll help promote long wear. I guess that's kind of true. Whatever. All right. Pretty. I'm gonna go into my sponge and kind of clear out my forehead. It looked a little too dark for my liking. The next thing we're gonna do is I like to take my beauty sponge and squeeze on it so I can like get any excess foundation and then like make sure it's not damp, not like soaking damp, because we're gonna use this for powder. So before I do that, I'm just gonna go and uncrease my concealer. This concealer does crease pretty darn quick, so just work fast. And then I'm going to take my Lancome Long Time No Shine powder and quickly apply it to my under eyes. And then we're going to set the rest of my face. And I even set over like the contour and everything. Okay, I'm going to take a brush and kind of just make sure I don't have, like, just kind of brush away any excess from that. And then we're going to spray everything. I'm going to use the same setting spray I used earlier. Oh, crap. I forgot to make sure my eyelashes were dry. They're good. Okay. This is almost out. Sorry, we're going to have to switch. I'm going to go into the e.l.f. Makeup Mist Set. And then I'm going to be bougie. This is from the dollar store though, so I don't feel bad. And fan myself. Okay. Make sure this is set. And then we're going to do the lower lash line. So for lower lash line, I'm going to go into the dark purpley taupe, the Vamp shade. Oh crap, we need to do eyeliner first. So most brides will go in with like a white or a cream shade on their tight line. I like how black looks on mine, so I'm just going to do that. And I'm going to use my favorite one, which is the Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Waterproof 16-Hour Wear from Essence. And I almost need a new one. And this is in Black Love. So there's that, and then I'm going to go into the dark purple. Okay, so there's that one, and then I'm going to buff this out with the, just like follow from like darkest to lightest. So I'm going to go into a little smudgy brush. This is the Morphe M321, a really good one. I'm going to go into the dark brown, really closely smudge like right on top of that purple, because we don't want to bring these dark shades too low. And then I'm going to go into the burnt orangey brown shade in here and just smudge away. All right. And for lower lash line mascara, I'm going to go into that same e.l.f. one. So a cool technique that I saw Melissa Alatorre, I think that's how you pronounce it, do, is she'll take the mascara and then take like a small brush like this. Take, you know, oops, that didn't work out well. Just take it and then like apply on top of the lashes, and then you get less of a chance of it like going onto your face makeup. itchy right there. Okay. Because then you like coat them, give them some color, but then it's less on like the other side of the lashes, and then they won't ruin your whole makeup. Pick up some more. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to go into, I'm going to put this brush over here. Now do my face. Okay, so for my face, I pretty sure this is what I want to use. The butter bronzer and then this to contour, or the Tarte one I have too. So first I'm going to bronze everything up using my butter bronzer. This is just, it just like always looks good, and it's just so good. Like, I love it. So good. Uh-oh, do I have patchy stuff over here? Hopefully not. And from everything I've watched, it says like when you're doing your wedding makeup and any picture for photos, you want to go like over the top with everything. So like if you think you look like crazy, you might like in person, but in pictures it'll look like normal. So I think I'll try and do like a happy medium of that. So, okay, so next I'm going to go into and bake. I'm going to use the same powder I used earlier, the Lancome one, and put some in the cap. Take my beauty blender and just carve this puppy out. Okay, so I'm gonna leave this on for like 5 minutes and then I'll be back. You see all the snow? Okay, we're back. So I'm gonna wipe all this craziness away. Woo! It looks locked and loaded, that's for sure. So the next thing I'm going to do is press in, no, let's do blush. For blush, I have the blush I want to use. I don't think I'm going to use it today just because I think I'm like 90% positive I want to use it. But, you know, I want to use my other makeup today. This is the Kaleido Skin Blush in Prima Donna. It's so freaking pretty. Oops. So I'm like positive, so I'm just gonna set that aside, and I'm gonna go into another great blush. Where the heck is it? Way too much crap going on here. I'm gonna go into, I think I'm gonna do a peachy blush today just because it's summertime, and we're gonna use the classic Luminoso. So pretty. This would also be a great bridal blush if you're getting married in the summer. So yeah. All right. And what I've been doing recently is I'll take the blush on like an angled kind of brush like this and pack it really close to my bronzer, so it looks a little bit less like intense like on the cheeks, and it just kind of blends nicer into the bronzer. And for my face shape, I just think this complements it the best. And that's another thing I've been like reading a lot, watching a lot, like everyone says it, is blush is one of the first things to like go on people's makeup. So to just keep that in mind, and like when you're applying it on your wedding day, probably apply a lot and like look like a clown for a little bit, because it'll come off, especially if it's a hot day. And then I just like to blend these together with a stippling brush, and this is one of my favorites. It is the Morphe M442. So I'm going to go in to more of my Lancome powder. I know this is crazy ridiculous. And take a little bit and kind of make sure that this area isn't too caked with the blush and the bronzer. So I just like to go like this. And I don't keep this on for very long. I'll actually stipple it off. Okay, so then the next thing we're going to do is take a pressed powder. This is the Matte and Poreless Fit Me powder. And I'm going to take my sponge again, pick up quite a bit, and we're just going to press it into where we put that bake. And I pretty much press it everywhere that doesn't have bronzer, blush, and just kind of press everything in. And then take your fluffy brush and just kind of wipe away again. The next thing I'm going to do is brighten up my, like under my eyes. I'm going to go into the Essence Brighten Up powder. I love this powder. I'm just going to put it under my eyes. Next, I'm going to go into the, where is it? It's a tiny little guy. I have the sample size, so it's kind of hard to find. This is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Dim Light. It's a game changer. I hate it because it's so expensive, and I need to try. There's a bronzer from Wet n Wild that's supposedly a dupe for it, so we're going to have to try it, but Hourglass products are so hard to compete with. Like, I'm sure it's pretty good, but like, is it just as good? We'll see. Oh my gosh, do you see that already? I just put this in like the center areas of my face and like right on top of my blush. But it's so, I hate how pretty it is. It's like the subtlest glow. Oh, do you see it? It's so freaking pretty. So mad. Okay, so there's that. I'm gonna quickly spray my face again, and then we'll highlight and do lips. I love using this fan, even though it's from the dollar store. Okay, so there's that. I'm going to highlight. What do I want to do for highlight? I have a feeling the highlight I'm going to use on my wedding day is the Physicians Formula. It's like a nude little packet thing. It's just so pretty. But I'm not going to use that today. I want to use something fun and different today. I think I'm going to go into... Which one have I not gone into in a while? This one's really pretty. This is the Wet n Wild. Do I want to do this one? I'm going to go into... Sorry, it's loud noise. Do we want to do like Lunch Money today? Yeah. I'm going to go into Lunch Money by ColourPop. I also love Flexitarian, but I think it's a little too, like, glossy. Oh my gosh. Just, where are you? Oh, it's just running away from me. Here it is. Okay. It's a little too glossy, and I don't think I want that kind of look. So I'm going to go into Lunch Money just today. Which, look, I'm almost done with it. I'm trying not to buy new makeup because I know there's like probably like, let's be honest, like $1,000 worth of makeup that I need to buy for my wedding day. God, that's so excessive. Okay. Oh yeah, so pretty. A little bit on my lip and on my nose, and then I'm gonna take the, where's that palette? I'm gonna take the Milani palette, and oh no, this doesn't have what I need. I need a highlight for like my brow bone and inner corner. I think the Morphe one does, so let me get to that. I'm just gonna go to like a small brush like this guy, and I'm gonna take the first shade, which will be perfect. No, it looks too golden. Sorry. I might have to go into a whole separate highlight for this. Whatever, this tutorial is always like already like 5 hours long. Okay, we're gonna take e.l.f. This is a classic wedding highlight in Moonlit Light Pearls. It's a dupe for the oh my gosh, the Mary Luminizer. So if you like that highlight, check this one out from e.l.f. It's like the exact same. Oh yeah, perfect. Highlight that brow bone. Okay, I lied, and I need to do one more thing and set my brows. I'm gonna go into the Tarte Busy Gal Brow and set my brows. Bam. So, the last thing we need to do is lips. This is another tricky thing because I know I want to wear a liquid lip because I don't want to be kissing and it to come off or to get on Jake. So, I think that's what I'm going to go with. And I love this formula by Maybelline. So, I'm pretty sure I'll go with this. But for today, since this isn't like a full-on wedding trial, because lips can be tested like whenever. Let me wipe off my lips. Sorry. So for today, I'm just going to do like whatever lip I want to do. And I'm pretty sure I want to use the Whirl lip liner on my wedding day. It's so pretty. I love that liner. I'm going to go into Bear to Comment, right? From Wet n Wild, a great lip liner from the drugstore. Oh, Wildlands. And what do we want to do today? So many options. I haven't done like a orangey lip. This is a really pretty color from Physicians Formula. Oh boy. I love these ColourPop lippy sticks. This is in Brink. I have some really pretty colors. I also have a couple like samples from, oh, that's expired from, is that Anastasia Beverly Hills that has Lolita? Yeah. Alright, you know what? Let's test out how long this puppy lasts, and we'll see. So I'm going to go into, I kind of want to mix these two because I want like a nudie pink. This is a little too berry, this is a little too orange. Should we be super excessive? Let's do it. I'm going to put it on the back of my hand and apply it with a brush. This is like, look how pretty that color is. It needs a little more orange, but all right, let me find a lip brush. Just a little baby. I'm gonna put a little more orange in here. Okay. Oh, wow. I like this color. It's like not too subtle. Oh, this could be it. Okay. So, thank you guys so much for coming and spending like an hour here if you made it this far. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to do a ton of makeup video series kind of things on like what I'm trying out for my wedding day and all that stuff because I'm so indecisive when it comes to wedding makeup. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye guys.